Hey, this is Mark, and you're welcome to AUTOSAYS. Imagine standing in a silent showroom at night, the lights dim, and a $1 million hypercar sitting under a spotlight like a sleeping beast. You're not touching it, you're not even sitting in it, but somehow your heartbeat starts racing. Why? Because luxury cars don't sell engines, they sell feelings. And today, we're going to break open that emotional machine that takes money from your wallet long before you ever press the start button. But before we peel back the layers of this world, hit that like button and subscribe, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you look at every luxury badge on the road. It all starts with a simple truth. People don't buy luxury cars for speed or comfort. They buy them for a feeling they can't describe but can't live without. And brands know it. They've spent decades perfecting the art of emotional engineering, making sure you don't just want the car, you want the life you imagine it brings. Think about the first time you saw a Lamborghini as a kid. Your brain didn't ask about horsepower. It whispered, "One day, maybe that could be me." That whisper is where the luxury industry makes its living. And here's the crazy part. Those whispers were designed. In the early 1900s, luxury brands realized something powerful. The rich weren't buying cars because they needed transportation. They were buying them to separate themselves from everyone else. Rolls-Royce literally marketed itself as a car so smooth that the loudest sound inside was the ticking of its clock. It wasn't selling transportation, it was selling silence, importance, status. But fast forward to today, and the emotional game has turned into psychological warfare. Luxury car makers now use fear, desire, and even insecurity to pull people in. Ever notice how luxury ads almost never show traffic, parking struggles, or scratched bumpers? Instead, they show empty roads, mountains, perfect weather, and a driver who somehow has the calmest life imaginable. You're not buying a car, you're buying a fantasy. And a warning, if you don't own this, maybe you're not succeeding fast enough. And that fear of being left behind is one of the strongest engines in modern marketing. But let's shift gears for a second, because here's where the story gets even darker. Did you know that luxury brands raise their prices during economic downturns? When people are losing jobs or struggling with bills, luxury companies push their prices higher. Why? Because higher prices create the illusion of exclusivity, and exclusivity creates desire, and desire keeps the wealthy buying. But it also triggers something in the middle class, something dangerous. The belief that owning a luxury car is a shortcut to respect, that it proves you've made it. And if you haven't, well, the car becomes the mask that hides what you're afraid to say out loud. But let's pause. Why do these machines have so much emotional power? It's because luxury brands don't sell horsepower. They sell identity. They give you a version of yourself to step into. You're not buying a Mercedes. You're buying success. You're not buying a Porsche. You're buying freedom. You're not buying a Tesla Plaid. You're buying the future. And all of that costs way more than the monthly payment. Yet here's the twist. The emotional cost doesn't end after you buy the car. In fact, that's when the real bill shows up. Suddenly, you're scared to park too close to anyone. Your heart jumps when someone opens their door next to you. Rain feels like an enemy. Car washes feel like spa treatments. And the maintenance bills? Those things arrive with the energy of a horror movie jump scare. There's a reason financial advisors warn against emotional spending, because emotions fade, but payments don't. But luxury brands don't want you thinking logically. They want the thrill. They want you addicted. They want you chasing that first high, the moment you sit in the driver's seat, grip the wheel, and convince yourself the world sees you differently now. And sometimes they're right. People do treat you differently. Valets smile more, strangers stare longer, friends make jokes like, "Bro, you're rich now." But here's the hidden question luxury brands never want you to ask. Do they treat you differently, or do you treat yourself differently? Because once you attach your self-worth to a machine, every scratch becomes an attack, every payment becomes a burden, and every upgrade becomes a temptation. And speaking of temptation, ever wonder why luxury models refresh every 3 to 5 years? It's not because they need to, it's because you need to feel outdated. If your car feels old, you chase the new one. If someone else gets the new one first, you chase harder. And just when you think you're done chasing, they release a special edition with a new color and a slightly different badge. And your brain says, maybe just one more. But this chase has been happening for decades. Look back at the 1950s when Cadillac marketed the American dream on wheels. Big fins, chrome everywhere, huge engines. It wasn't about performance. It was about post-war pride. Buying a Cadillac meant you were part of America's rising story. Then the 80s came, and BMW started selling the idea of being sharp, fast, and professional. The car became the suit. The 2000s, Mercedes sold engineered like no other. Tesla came with the message of saving the planet, but make it fast. And today, luxury isn't just about cars. It's about belonging to a tribe. Owning a G-Wagon, a 911, a Range Rover, or a Lucid says something before you ever speak. But here's where the plot twists again. Because the people who understand this emotional cost the best are the ones who escape it. They learn that luxury cars are amazing, powerful, beautiful machines. But they are machines. Not therapy, not proof of success, not shortcuts to a new identity. Just machines. But don't get me wrong, this isn't a warning to never buy one. Luxury cars can be inspiring. They can push you to work harder, dream bigger, and open doors in ways you'd never expect. But only if you control the emotion instead of letting the emotion control you. And here's the final cliffhanger, something the entire luxury industry hopes you never realize. The strongest luxury in the world is financial freedom, the ability to buy anything, but being wise enough to not let anything own you. So the next time you see a luxury car and your heart starts racing, ask yourself one question. Do I want the car or do I want the feeling? Because the moment you know the difference, you unlock a kind of freedom no brand can sell. And if you're still here, still thinking, still questioning the world behind those polished badges, then you're already ahead of the game. Stay curious, stay sharp. And if this opened your eyes even a little bit, hit that like button and subscribe, because the next story we uncover might just be the one you've been waiting for.